Coach JB, they're finished. Yeah, so like JV girls, JV boys, varsity girls, varsity boys.
That's different.
Yes!
Wait, I could have told. I bet on the. I could have told. Alright. Wait, Henry, you're not swimming, right?
I'm a boy.
Okay, so. Wait.
Good time, right? Yeah.
Okay. Hello and welcome to this Apache News live stream as Arcadia takes on Monrovia. I'm sorry? It's good. For boys, girls, varsity, wait, and JV, right?
Yeah.
I got
And junior varsity.
For boys and girls, JV, and varsity swimming. My name is Aaron, here with my friend and co-announcer.
Wasn't paying?
Okay. Alright, so with my co-announcer.
Wasn't paying, and right now Arcadia is going to the very first meet of the season. Last season, Arcadia ended with an amazing run with undefeated. They were undefeated. Of course, I expect Arcadia this year. Arcadia got a lot more new stars, and of course,
So like, what was the record in the leagues for last year?
the record for us was we were basically undefeated until the boys CV, which is like the biggest race of the entire season, and that's when everyone was on their A game. They had their they had a $300 tech suit on. They had their $60 goggles on. That's when they go all out against that meet.
All right, so stay tuned while we take this race, Arcadia against Wildcats live.
Oh, so it's like.
Tell us when. Tell us when.
Alright, lane 5 again.
Shoot.
Hello?
Oh,
Okay, so welcome. Hello, welcome to this Apache News live stream against Monrovia Wildcats, where the JV and varsity boys and girls will be going against them. Here is Wilson, my co-announcer.
and today we're going against Monrovia, and right now we're at the 200-yard medley relay on JV boys. And of course, Arcadia can be seen in all the audience in 1, 3, and 5 with Monrovia and 2, 4, 6.
So like, how was the record last year? Cause like this is the first match for you guys, right?
Yes, we were undefeated last year except to CV with the varsity boys with a very close loss. But this year, I am sure that we're against them.
All right, so root for our boys and girls and stay tuned for our live stream right now.
Okay, so talking. No, we'll be here. We'll be here. We're gonna watch. We're gonna look at them here. Yeah, I did.
You did?
I did.
I don't know if you know. Just say the stuff you thought.
And now this is the 200-yard medley relay of JV boys and Arcadia in lane 1, 3, and 5. And right now, starting in
fast,
backstroke. Yeah, and right now in lane 3, we got Lucas Lewis ripping the backstroke, leading the lane into the first wall.
He flips it already on the first one.
And an amazing underwater. He has an amazing breakout. And next up, we have breaststroke with Darren on lane 3.
Lane 3 coming
and
close.
Lane
Wow.
1. Indeed. And now underwater breakout, amazing.
The breaststroke on lane 3 going really fast.
And as Darren Lamb runs, rockets into the wall. He turns, and of course, rockets off the wall.
Second fastest one is lane 1.
And then lane 1, we have Harry Shoes, so desperately trying to catch up to his teammate. And now in lane 5, we have Christian Cook swimming butterfly.
Butterfly ready. Wow. Those huge jumps coming up.
Yep, and this is where you need the muscle because butterfly, as I can attest to myself, is one of the most physically exhausting strokes you can swim.
I agree.
Now, as you can see, Monrovia has a very hard time catching. The fourth leg with Joshua Tran and then Freestyle.
This was the. Is this the last one?
This is the very last.
Freestyle. There we go.
time.
Wow.
This is where everything's decided.
This is it. Fastest one. Fastest stroke ever.
Yep, Joshua Tran goes into the wall hard, turns out, rockets out. Wow, just look at that. Look at this. Look at the form.
And the goggles fell off on lane 4. Wow. That's really
Yeah.
tiring.
That is the most. It's not gonna happen to a swimmer. Your goggle falling off. Believe me, I've done that. I've been there.
And those eyes, man. It'll be red all night.
Yep, especially if you're in contact, it's gonna be horrible.
I know. I promise. How did we not get DQ? It's this one, right?
Here comes the backstroke's coming up. All the girls are ready. Getting ready. This is it. They're kicking the legs back, show underneath the water until the half. On the first lane is Lauren. Third lane is Jocelyn, and the fifth one is Ashley. So far, Jocelyn Wayne is first in the lane, doing really well on her backstroke. Here comes the second one for breaststroke. Breaststroke is a bit harder. It's a lot of digging into the water. The fifth lane, very close to lane 3, is Elena. She's really doing well against third lane. Both Apaches, lane 3 and 5. There's a butterfly ready. Very fast, very fast. Lane 3 and 5 once again. Monrovia still going for it on lane 4. Awesome butterflies. This is the last one. Freestyle already. Apaches, lane 3 and 5 once again. Claire and Hannah. On lane 2, Monrovia Wildcats are still doing their butterflies. Going a bit slow, but it's all right. Here goes lane 3 for the finish. Done. 5th lane, done with Hannah. And the Wildcats finally finishes on lane 4.
You just got announced what race is happening.
So as you notice, this is the 200-yard medley where it's basically like a team. So 4 swimmers swimming, first backstroke, then breaststroke, then butterflies, and then freestyle. So a total of 200 yards. So 1 lap is obviously already 50 yards. So my partner, Wilson Payne, he's obviously not talking, but he is swimming right now for this boys varsity medley. Swimming for butterfly. Was it going in? Being ready to leap off for the backstrokes. Only 4 lanes this time. 1, 3, 4, 5. So far, lane 4 going the fastest right now. Pushing off. Lane 1 and 2, very close to each other. Let's see who's gonna leap off first. Apache's off first. Brandon Chung going out of his breaststroke. Lane 3 is Chalmers reaching the end already. First lane going really well as well. Lane 3 already going in with the butterfly. Oh, sorry, breaststroke. That's Monrovia. Arcadia is leaping off at the same time for butterfly, the hardest stroke ever. Lane 3, Justin Huang being first, as well as Stephen Payne. Ready to reach. Lane 3 goes out for the freestyle. Same as lane 5. Fast stroke coming in. Wildcats just starting their butterfly. Lane 1, Justin Chow. Lane 3 done. Lane 5 done. It was lane 1, Justin Chow. Because Monrovia Wildcats leaping off for freestyle.
And then I go from like, when I do my start, it's so bad. You know, I have to do it too. Yeah. No, I don't have it. Oh, you have like another.
And now we're at the JV Girls 200 Freestyle.
Getting ready right now with 3 lanes.
In lane 1, we have Valentina Gonzalez.
5th one, Mia Hernandez.
In lane 3, we have Jocelyn. And now this is Arcadia only. It's an Arcadia only event. And of course, the girls will still have to swim their best in order to beat their own time.
It's the best part. So far, lane 3 doing the best, Jocelyn Zhu.
Drop!
Okay, I'll do one dress and then one screw.
Drop!
It's okay, it's just Monrovia. It's not like CB or something.
Christine asked you what lane.
I think we can do them, maybe. Actually,
No, thanks.
actually, I don't know.
Jocelyn Zhu still being the fastest one, about to reach the wall and flipping. While the other 2, lane 1 and 5, around the same.
Now, this is not a race about sprint and speed. This is a race about endurance. And maybe it's a mix of endurance and speed. Some people, this is a very hard event and it's very tiring. And then for some, this is a very easy event. This depends on your swimmer type. Is either you're a sprinter or a distance swimmer.
How many laps is this? Like 4 or like how many total?
If you're counting from where we're standing now to the other side of the pool, that'll be a 25.
Wow.
We'll be swimming 8 of these back and forth,
That's insane.
non-stop.
Wow.
100% effort.
Perseverance right there.
Yep, wait till you see the 500.
Ooh.
They barely have anyone in. Why don't Scott even?
And now doing about the last 10 yards, we have Justin Zhu in lane 3.
Almost there.
Number 1 with a...
Just kidding.
APN doing a live stream or what are they doing?
That's what they're... Oh, what the heck?
No one watches.
Starlight was off on the board.
It's a little bit off. Sorry about that. And now in lane 3 we have Jocelyn Zhu, and lane 5 we have Mia Hernandez, and lane
Varsity.
1 we have Valentina Gonzalez.
What a great race right there. Working
Now
hard.
the heat 2 of JV boys 200-yard freestyle.
Here goes the boys.
Now JV boys we have Leo Hu in lane 3
Matthew Ma in lane 5.
and Andrew He in lane 1. And for me personally, I know Leo is a long distance swimmer and he will definitely strive in this event.
He's a lot more aggressive and working there hard. These boys, man.
And you can see their very first 50, they're going about 75% of their maximum. And now going to the second wall, we have Leo touching first with 1, 2
All very
underwater
close, all very
kicks.
close, yes. This is also a only Apache race, right?
Yes, it is. And
from
this is
Monrovia.
dominated by lane 1, 3, and 5, all Apache swimmers. As Monrovia simply does not have enough team members to suffice in this team and race other events.
It's all right. It's all right. What matters is the time. You gotta beat your own time.
It's not a race against each other. It's more so a race against yourself. And
Yes.
now in Matthew in lane 5, we can see Matthew Ma suddenly pulling on the afterburners and reaching about half a body length from Leo.
Andrew a bit being tired, losing it, but it's all right. Still working his best.
Now heading into the second to last wall, we have almost a straight line between Matthew Ma and Leo Hu. And now in the last 25, we have Leo and Matthew Ma still in almost a straight line. Now, actually, Leo's been on the afterburners now. He's been saving some fuel.
Yes,
He's
gonna
got
push,
one
man.
body length ahead of Matthew Ma.
Let's see. Let's see. This is it.
And touching
Done.
first, we have Leo Hu from lane 3 from Arcadia. And in lane 5, we have Matthew Ma from Arcadia.
Very close one. Last one, lane 1, Andrew. Almost there.
Keep in mind, swimming is a very time-intensive event, and now you can see that. They had the same amount of time, except Leo Hu was about 0.8 of a second faster than Matthew. And that's like in first place.
Yeah, time really matters. Wow.
And now heading into the third heat, we have 200-yard freestyle with Varsity girls.
So here it comes.
Now we have in lane 3, we have Caitlin from Arcadia
Bethany Chow on lane 5.
and Lauren Kai in lane 1. Now into the very first wall, Arcadia dominates on the very first 25 with Bethany leading in lane 5, Kate falling very close behind, and Lauren just
Lauren
a
doing really
just
well
smidge
as well.
bit.
Yes, right behind. But Apache's doing really well, leading against the Wildcats.
From my personal season, I know that Bethany is a distance swimmer, and the 200 is right up her alley. And by the second 50, we have Bethany had almost two body lengths ahead of the next nearest person, which is Kate Larrick from Arcadia. And going to this wall, it seems that Bethany will maintain that
Wow,
position
Bethany.
for the next 50.
Winning about like half a lap or more.
That is almost half a pool length.
Yes.
And for Kate Larrick and Lauren to catch up, it's gonna be a lot of work to do in the next 50 they're about to face. Now we have Bethany on the very last 50 of her race. There's no one else on the same lap as her. Now with Kate Larrick falling behind and about half a length of the pool. Wow, Bethany is really dominating
Lane
this
1,
race.
Lauren flipping over. Wildcats still a bit struggling on lane 5. And lane 5 done with Bethany first.
With a time of 2:07.68. And now the very next section to the wall is Kate Larrick from in lane 3, time of 2:19.65.
Wow, it's about 12 seconds between.
And the last Arcadian to touch is Lauren Kai in lane 1 with a time of 2:29.11.
Wildcats about to reach the wall on lane 6. Last swimmer on lane 2 from the Wildcats.
I'll try.
Hey, I better see all these cheering for me.
Going to the next
Mariam.
Varsity boys doing their freestyle with even Chua in lane 3
Lane 5 is Stephen Payne.
and lane 1 Samuel Birkin.
So once again, lane 3 is Ethan, lane 5 is Stephen, and lastly, lane 1 is Samuel.
I literally can't wait. I'm so tired. Can you leave me?
No. Well, William Fraser will go from there.
Now, as we dive in, the first surface is Stephen Payne in lane 5 with Ethan Trod right neck to neck into the very first wall.
It's a lot
And now
faster.
after the first
Wow.
underwater, Ethan Trod have a slightly of a lead by around about half a body length ahead of Stephen Payne and Samuel Birkin.
So we're Ethan leading, very close.
Now, Ethan Trod and Stephen Payne are both long distance swimmers, and this event is right up their alley. And of course, as you can see with their time and their speed, they're dominating the pool right now.
Yes, sir. Stephen a bit slower, but he's reaching there.
Going to the fourth wall is Ethan touches first, with Stevie falling close behind. And of course, now they're neck and neck again.
On the other hand, the Monrovia Wildcats on lane 2, 4, and 6 going a bit slow, but it's all right.
But again, this is a race against themselves, not against each other. And now Ethan seems like he put on because he is now a body length ahead of Stephen Payne. And now this is the last 25 with, I'm pretty sure it's Ethan Traw with about 2 body lengths ahead of Stephen Payne. And he touches first.
Wow,
with Stephen
what a
Payne falling
finish.
close behind. Ethan Traw by time 152. 151.
Wow, so about 3
And-
seconds right there.
The next person is Samuel Birkin in lane 1 with a 2:02:06.
Great finish from the 3 Apaches right there.
That was an amazing swim from Ethan Traw. Now, next event, we have the 100-yard individual medley.
JV girls.
Swimmer touches the wall. This
Great
is
finish.
the event of 200-yard freestyle is finally.
What a race right there.
Now,
So coming up, lane 3 is Catherine. Sorry.
and in lane 5 we have Samantha.
And lastly, lane 1 is Caitlin.
This is girls 100-yard individual medley.
The volleyball just got thrown, but it's all right. My co-anchor just jumped in, going for it. Wow. Pass it over. What a man right there. All right, so actually there's one lady from the Monrovia Wildcats on lane 2. Not diving for some reason, but it's all right. It's not racing about others.
Now heading into the first wall, we have a very tight race against lane 5. Going to the next 25 of backstroke. They're still neck and neck. Now lane 1 adding to the equation. You can almost say it's where we're standing.
There's literally tie game right there. Tie times. A very great speed.
Now after this 25 of backstroke, we're gonna go into a 25 of breaststroke. Now in lane 5, we have Samantha clearly dominating the breaststroke section.
Keelan and Catherine a bit slowing down, but they're around the same time right there.
And now the last 25. This is where everything matters. This is the word.
Fast freestyle. Almost there. Lane 1. Done.
Wildcat touching the wall and about. And now the last have JV Varsity, Junior Varsity, 1 yard individual.
So lane 3 is Nathan Cole.
Tran.
And lane 1, Darren Lamb. Here comes.
Good streamlines, good breakout. Now this is one of the most physically destructive strokes, as I said before, as butterfly is. Going to the first wall, we have almost a straight line across all 3 lanes.
But it's literally like right in a line. They're all timed at the same time. Really close.
And there in lane 1
Touch it first.
section, we have Joshua Tran in lane 5 emerging first, and seeming like Nathan Cole in lane 3 is getting a little bit lag behind in breaststroke, but lane 1 and lane 5 are definitely going very fast. Now to the freestyle section. This is where everything comes down to, and we have lane 1 with Darren Lamb.
Darren coming up.
And with Joshua Tran catching up.
Oh!
Joshua Tran beats Darren in lane 1 by a heartbeat.
There. Wow.
Lane 5 finishes with a time of 105.25. And lane 3 finishes with a time of 107.40.
What a finish.
What
by
a
Joshua.
finish.
Wow. Joshua and Darren, rivals right there, maybe.
That was the amount of motivation he had. That was impressive. Up to the Varsity Girls 200 individual medley.
Lane 3 is Ileana.
It was Michelle Tan in lane 5.
And lastly, lane 1, Olivia.
Great start off the block for the Apaches and the Wildcats. With Michelle Tan emerging first and touching the wall first. Now we have Eliana in lane 3 and Michelle in lane 5, almost in a straight line against each other.
Wow.
Now on to the backstroke section. I've known Michelle for a long time, and I can attest that she is a backstroker, but Eliana is a backstroker too. So this will be a very interesting section, very interesting 50 of the race.
This will also be Michelle's last year in the swimming team as a senior as well.
We will definitely miss her.
You have a great audience right here.
Yeah, Eliana's pulling away from the competition.
Wow.
touching first on the wall to 50 yard of breaststroke. Ileana now has about 2 body lengths ahead of Michelle. And now Ileana touches the wall, goes into the second 25 of breaststroke.
Doing very well. Winning about half of the pool.
And now Ileana has about half a pool length ahead of the rest of the competition. And now Ileana's touching the wall into the very last 50 of freestyle. Now this is a very good time for Michelle to catch up, as Michelle is a very powerful swimmer, as she is a sprinter.
We'll see how it goes. Olivia coming up, around tied with Monrovia Wildcats on the freestyle.
Just first at the wall with a time of 2:18.27, followed by Michelle 10 in lane 5.
Here she comes, going the fastest she can. Done.
With a time of 2:29.05. And coming up in the next heat, we have boys 200 yard individual medley.
Lane 3 is Chalmers.
With Owen in lane 5.
And lane 1, Sean.
This will definitely be an interesting race, as both Chalmers and Owen are going for CIF time. They're going for their Q time, which means that they have some of the very best time. And right now, the CIF time for consideration is 2:16. Let's see if our Apaches can beat that time.
Oh.
What does that do? Oh, I know.
It's the background.
Who just heard that?
God. Yeah, this is gonna be a
Very fast race.
Whoa, here comes the boys. Varsity.
wow, amazing start.
What a
by
jump right
lane
there.
5.
Now into
There goes the butterfly. Whoa.
Whoa.
Into the first wall.
Wow, wow.
Flyer.
Who's going to reach her first?
As Monrovia touched the wall first. Very next 25 of butterfly. Of Thomas Say, Arcadia, Apache in lane 4 against Wildcat in lane
Lane 4 looking
lane
really
3 and
close.
4. Now going to the backstroke section.
Looks like lane 3 and 4 are the number ones right now.
Looks like
Really
lane
close.
5 and lane 1 are trying to catch up.
Wow.
Wow, they're neck and neck. Don't you agree? Now, this is what you call a straight line between the two swimmers.
Chalmers a bit faster. Nope, not anymore.
Now,
Wildcats.
going to the breaststroke section, this is where Chalmers shines, as he is a CIF level breaststroker.
Wow.
You can see in his underwater, he beats him in his
Whoa.
underwater alone,
Wow.
and continues to create more distance.
Shannon Owen, a bit slower, but it's all right.
And Chalmers touches the wall
We'll see on Chalmers and Wildcats. Let's see
and
it.
goes off. Now Chalmers is about 2 body lengths ahead the very next swimmer in the distance about 2 hours of swim. Chalmers touches the wall first with lots of room to spare until the last 50 of freestyle. The Wildcat lane 4 is desperately trying to catch the Chalmers. Lane 1, Sean Lagball is playing on the afterburners as he is going,
He's going
as
very
rising to
fast
the
now,
position
wow.
of second. Now Chalmers can just cruise her from here.
It's cruising really
He will
fast.
not.
Here comes Chalmers. Done.
And Chalmers stayed the time of 2:05.62.
And here comes the Wildcats. Wow. And
Both
lastly, lane 5.
under the CIF consideration time, as both swimmers could be considered for CIF.
Great race right there.
It was a
Awesome.
phenomenal race.
Back to JV girls for 50-yard freestyle.
Jocelyn Zhu in lane 3
Zoe for lane 5.
and Jens Wang in lane 1. Now, this is the event of straight, sprint, power, and just occurs of whoever can go faster. As our Apache touches first in lane 3. That is Jocelyn Zhu in lane 3. Touching the wall first with a time of 31:22.
Wow, that was so fast. Oh my.
And followed by Zoe in lane 5 with a time of 32:06. And Janice of a time of 36:07 in lane 5. Lane 1, I mean.
Fast race right there. That's the shortest one of the day so far.
Going up to the 50-yard JV boys freestyle.
For the 50-yard freestyle, lane 3 is Ethan Trong.
And we have Alex Kelly in lane 5.
Lastly, lane 1 is Harry Zhu.
All three swimmers, I know them personally, and they are all very fast sprinters.
We'll see how it goes today.
Alex and Ethan with phenomenal straight throw it. Touching the ball first is Alex Akelian, with Ethan falling very close behind. Now
Harry
after
gets
underwater,
slow.
Ethan kicks a little bit harder, and of course Ethan gets a lead about half a body length. And
Wow,
now
Ethan, oh my.
Strong touching first in lane 3, a time
What
of
a one.
24:99. With Alex Akelian in lane 5, a time of 25:73.
And lastly, Harry with 31 seconds. 35.
Next up, we have the girls' 100-yard freestyle.
Lane 5 is Jada He.
And Shannon out in lane 1. This is a 50-yard freestyle. Fine start.
What a dive right there.
In lane 5. Going straight for it. A Wildcats between them. And again. Now we have Ashley Lynn, the afterburners, and reaching a whole body length ahead of the nearest competitor.
Ashley
Of course,
very fast.
Ashley
right
Lynn
there.
touching in with a time of 26:98.
Jada He with 28 seconds. And Shannon at 29.
And now this is the 100-yard. Oh, this is most noon.
So for lane 3, Brandon Chung.
And lane 5 with Joshua Marr.
And lastly, 1, Braxton Huang.
As I can repeat myself, this is a very, very intense race.
Can't wait to see it, man.
As all swimmers wants to get number 1. Joshua Mar with an amazing start into it. And 4 very kicks. Wow, this is
A lot of splashing,
spectacular.
man. Wow. This is like raging waters right there.
We have the Wildcat in lane 3, 4, and 5. It's a very, very close race.
Wow, everyone's literally right next to each other. This is it. The finish.
And the Wildcat touches
Wildcats
first with a time of
reach in,
22:52. With Josh Mark coming in close second, 23:42. And of course, our very own Brandon Chung coming in at a time of 23:09. Truly electrifying. And now we're going to our break.
What a finish by Wildcats. Right now we're back to a break, and please be present for the next one.
I want to puke. I hated that so much. On the fly, I was dying. The 500s are after the 100 fly. And then relay. Yeah. Should I go today? Master's backstroke.
Yeah, tell me if you're.
I got placed bronze one on my sport.
Bro, you know, I got second to the 53. So, like, after we did all that, and like, I saw how the other I saw her feet. I saw Ashley. I was no.
Wait, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. My footprint.
Hi, my phone.
I don't want to hit it. You have like right there.
Play the pool.
So like, doing backstroke, then you turn. I was close enough to the floor. So for that, I might lose or might get disqualified. Okay.
Who's that? Is that like you don't know who it is? Yeah, you can use it as trying to.
All right, so the race is back. We're doing JV girls on 50-yard butterfly. Here it comes. So the patchies for lane 3 is Catherine, lane 5 is Sylvia, and lane 1 is Palin. Sylvia doing really well. Wow. Going as fast as she can. What a great job. Lane 1 Palin also going the same. Trying our best, pushing really hard. Here goes lane 5. And done. At 35 seconds. And lane 1 at 41 seconds. Lane 3 and 4, and done. Next one is boys JV 50-yard butterfly. Lane 3 is John Sama. Lane 5 is Matthew Ma, and lane 1 is Asher Baham. All right, so for this is JV boys butterfly. Lane 3 is John Sema. Lane 5 at Matthew Ma, and lane 1 at Asher. All right, it's coming up fast. Lane 1 going really fast. Lane 2 coming up, and lane 5 really close and done. Lane 1 finishes at 28 seconds. Second is at 29. And lane 5 is also 29, but 0.2 seconds different. What a great finish. Lane 4 pushing on themselves, and he finishes. What a great push for him. All right, coming up is the girls' varsity. This is going to go a bit harder. So lane 3. So lane 3 is Claire Lee, lane 5 is Nikki Safari, and lane 1 is Jackie He. Oh, so far lane 3 leading so fast. Second, also lane 5 coming up. Done with the first lap. This is actually 2 laps since 100, 2 times in JV, 100 instead of 50. So here comes Claire. Very big arms coming up. Lane 5, Nika is going really well as well. Wildcats, 3rd place, as well as lane 2, pushing very hard. Claire still leading very fast by at least 5 seconds. Here she comes. About to finish and done at 1 minute and 5 seconds. Second is lane 5 at 1 minute and 9 seconds. She said very slow, but it's all right. I think that was fast. Great job, though. 2nd place right there. What a great race for the girl varsity. What a race right there. Coming up is the boys varsity 100-yard freestyle, just like the girls, the previous race. So for lane 3, Justin Huang. Lane 5, Justin Chow. And lastly, lane 1, Wilson Ping, my co-announcer. Racing right there and announcing. This is just Arcadia only, but it's timing only, not fighting against each other. It's all about fighting against the time. So far, Justin Huang leading. Here comes, she's coming up. Done. Wilson and Justin around the same time right there. Wilson a bit slowing down right there, but it's all right. Justin Huang about to finish, halfway, almost there. Wilson and Justin still around the same, Done with Justin Huang at 55 seconds. We'll see who will finish first, Wilson or Justin Chow. Justin finishes at 1 minute and 3 seconds, while Wilson finishes at 2 seconds after, 1 minute and 5 seconds. Great job, boys. Sorry. All right, so moving from butterfly, this is freestyle. The most common loved freestyle in swimming. Easiest one right there. So this is the girls JV. Lane 3, Valentina, Natalia, lane 5, and lane 1, Mia. This is a full pull right here. Lane 3 and lane 5 and lane 6 leading. Very close right there for both the girls on Apaches and Wildcats. Also, lane 1, 3, and 5 from the Apaches. Literally, same line. Around the same time, but we'll see who finishes at the end for the girls. Wildcats being too slow, but on lane 6, she's pushing really hard, being the first for the Wildcats. Let's see who will flip first for the Apache girls. Looks like it's lane 5. Natalie Bishara. Wildcats still pushing. Lane 2 and lane 4. It's all right. Just swimming. Gotta keep it pushing on the water. Almost about to be done for the girls. 100-yard freestyle.
And now we're on to 100-yard JV boys freestyle.
All right, so here it comes. On lane 3 is Lucas Wu.
Christian Cook in lane 5.
And lastly, lane 1 is Kevin Wu. Great diving right there.
Great dive. Now we have Christian Cook and we have Lucas in the lead. Touching first is Christian Cook.
Diving right there. He's also senior last year in the team.
So is Lucas Wu. And these two are neck and neck coming to the second turn. Woo! With Christian Cook touching first. And now Christian is starting to create some little bit of separation. He's about half body length ahead of Lucas Wu.
Lane 1, Kevin. Still doing really well. Head of the 3 Wildcats.
Now they're back to neck and neck with Lucas Wu putting on the afterburners, chasing down Christian Cook and beating him. Now
he's gonna
Lucas
finish,
is about just a little bit ahead.
Oh!
He was first. It is Christian Cook with a time of
Christian got it.
56.49, and Lucas Wu following very close behind with a time of 56.90. They're about 0.4, and that is 4/10 of a second apart.
Good job, boys. All right, so coming up is the varsity girl. This is Jocelyn Wayne for lane 3.
We have Hannah Aguilas in lane 5.
And lastly, lane 1 for Francesca.
Lane 2 seems like we have a case of lost goggle during the race. But it's okay, he can get it back after the meet. Oh, no, seems like he found it.
Help part of his coach.
Yep,
There.
you got it. Oh, those are nice goggles too. Now, swimmers on the block, ready for a really fast race.
Very nice.
Great start with Arcadia. Ooh, this is almost actually an actual line now with 2 very, very good Wildcat swimmers. They're chasing close behind. Very close behind Claire Lee in lane 3. No, correct. Correct me is Jocelyn in lane 3.
Jocelyn still leading.
Comes to the wall.
Wildcats
Jocelyn
2 right behind her. This has been a really close one right here.
Now Jocelyn's creating a little bit of separation. She's got about a body length ahead now. It's getting more and more and more, heading to the third and final wall. Great breakout, but now the Wildcat has caught up a little bit, and now they're about half a body length. It seems like they're almost neck and neck.
Jocelyn still leading right there.
And now we have Jocelyn touching first, and with a time of 59.
Hannah for third. Hannah
20
gets 1 minute. And Francesca finishing fourth place at 1 minute and 4 seconds.
Now, coming up, this is the boys 100-yard freestyle. And this event is just as exciting as the 50-yard freestyle. We have Ethan Trott again in lane 3.
Lane 5 is Joshua Moore.
And lane 1 we have Alex Lin. An amazingly fast start by Joshua and Ethan. Now
Lots of
going into
kicking,
the
huh?
race. The racer, the wildcat in between Ethan and Joshua is the same wildcat that took first place in the 50-yard freestyle. Let's see if our Apaches can get back that first place. Heading to the second wall, we're very close to Ethan Trott and the wildcat. With wildcat touching first.
Second from Ethan from the Apaches.
Now
That's all right.
Joshua Marr is catching up with about half a body length behind, but he is catching a little bit of draft, but still he is gaining some space. Into the final 25, it is neck and neck between Ethan Trott and the wildcat. Let's see who gets it.
We'll see who's going to finish.
Seems like the wildcat has just by a little bit of a time of 50.46. And now we have Ethan Trott in lane 2 with 54.46. And the wildcat actually broke 50 with a 49.83.
Wow, that is a really close one right there.
And according to our time, he just got qualified for CIF.
Woo! Congrats
So
to
did
him.
Joshua Marr, and so did Ethan Trott.
Great jobs, boys.
Coming up, we have the 500, and due to not enough swimmer, the Arcadia team decided to combine both varsity girls and varsity boys into the single heat. 500, yeah. No, this is JV. We're on varsity now. JV not swimming yet. Yeah, we're on. Now, coming up after this 500, it was a very, very lengthy race. Now, this is a very stamina-intensive event, as the swimmers are required to swim
200 yards, man.
500, actually.
500? Oh,
500.
shoot.
And now, this is such a time-intensive event that we have lap counters set up on the other side of the pool, counting each 25.
All right, so in lane 3, it's Stephen Payne.
And then lane 5, we have Austin Seal.
And lane 1, Braden Chung.
Of course, we have the girls with it too. We have Kate Lyric in lane 3. And also we have Bethany in lane 5. And now, Steven and Austin are both very, very strong distance swimmers, as we saw that in the 200-yard when Steven displayed his dominance in the long distance swimming.
Yes.
Now, going to their very first 100, we have Stephen Pang touching first with the first 100 split time of 1:01.60. With Austin falling close behind.
Very close of Austin and Steven.
Now heading into the second 50, we have Stephen Payne touching first with about a body length lead on Austin Seal, who was touching second. Ooh, Austin with an amazing underwater, just made out a lot of ground after that.
So let's talk about what those signs are held for, like in the water. Like what is the 5 and the 7?
So
What does
that
mean?
counts. That counts all the 25 the swimmers are swimming in the 500. Since it is a very, very time-intensive event, some people can get lost and lost their count. and they can either swim too little or too much, and that is disastrous when it comes to a race.
Oh, wow.
So with the helpers there, they can know exactly where they're on, and when the sign shows two white blocks or 2 orange blocks in some cases, that means that they're on the very last 25, and they should use all of their leftover to go for the dub.
Very nice. That helps a lot because you will forget easily.
Definitely, and of course, there is a system of being the sign helper. As when you stick the sign into the water, if you can signal your swimmer to go faster if they're behind the pace that you're looking for, or they want to tell you to look for. You can swing up and down, signaling to go faster. And if they're going in the right place, you can just leave it there or sway left and right, meaning that they're on pace. And now coming into the 11th 25, we have Stephen Pang leading with about 3 body lengths ahead of Austin and also Alex.
So it looks like this is the longest endurance in the race, right?
There's the longest event in high school season.
Yes, wow.
But in the individual club season, we had things such as the 1650 and the mile, which is
shoot.
a complete monstrosity compared to the 500.
Gotcha.
And audience, please keep in mind that the time to qualify for CIF is a time of 5:26 flat for the 500 freestyle. And Stephen Pang seems to be right on the mark, if not faster than CIF consideration time. And now we have a cowboy ringer here after his very, very last 25 before the last 50. So meaning that after Stephen Pang swims this last 25, on the way back when he touches the wall at the home block, that someone will ring the cowbell signaling that it's the last 50.
Is it bell ringing? Right there. The battery a lot louder, obviously, right there.
Now Stephen Pang hanging into the very last 25. He is going out with everything he's got left, lapping the racer to his left in the process. And we have a time.
Wow,
A time
great
of
job.
5:29:49. Stephen Pang misses the CIF cutoff just by 3 seconds. And of course,
Oh,
I understand that in
That was
sprints,
so close.
it was. And truly, this is the very first meet of the season, so you can't really blame him for that. And later in the season, he'll definitely get that time.
He has more races to go for.
And while we're gone, we had Austin Steele touch, and also Bethany touch, and along with Brandon touching the ball. Now the very last few Apaches touching, we have completed the 500-yard freestyle.
Boys
And now
and girls.
into the 200-yard relay.
I mean, it's not bad.
Go to the Varsity JV girls.
All right, so coming up is a 200-yard freestyle relay.
And
So-
this is made up of teams of 4 separated into the 3 lanes of 1, 3, and 5.
All right, so for lane 3, Sylvia Thompson, Jocelyn Zhu, Zoe Blue, and Catherine Kelklin.
And now in lane 5, Janice Wang, Natalie Petrara, Rachel Osguera, and Valentina Gonzalez.
Lastly, lane 1, Caitlin Guanan, Palin Tan, Rachel Wang, and Samantha Tran.
Now this is where every single person on the relay team swims a 50. As you can see, this is a very, very intense event.
Also very fun because there will be another diver getting ready.
Now lane 3 has their second swimmer in.
Same as lane 5-6 jumping in.
Now lane 3 is coming into their third racer, Zoe.
Listen, hit me up for that captain's interview.
Well,
And now lane 3 heading into their very last swimmer. That was a pretty good dive. Now we have Natalie in lane 3, just going for the home run. She beats the Wildcat to her right, and now continues to go for the finish. In lane 3, the 300-yard freestyle, with a time of 2:13:37.
Lane 3 in first place, minutes and 13 seconds. 2 is lane 4 at 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Lane 3 is lane 5. Lane 4 is lane 3 is lane 1. And lastly, we're just waiting.
Wait, we got second place.
Wait, why?
All right, they said golden hour. They want you to smile. Just smile. You're gonna. All right. Count me down. 3, 2, 1, go.
Lane 1 for boys JV freestyle relay is Josh and Ethan Trump, Darren Lamb, and Carson Lee. Lane 5 is Henry. And lastly, lane Andrew Heath, Kevin Wu, and Asher Baham.
Oh, get close. Get close.
All right, so here comes the next race for the JV boys. All right, so once again, and that was 200-yard freestyle AV. Lane 3 is Joshua Tran, Ethan Trong, Darren Lamb, and Carson. Lane 5, Henry Klein, Austin Lin, John Saman, and Leo Hu. Lastly, lane 1 is Matthew, Andrew, Heath, Kevin, Asher Baham. What a start. So far, it looks like lane 3 pushing the and very fast, and it's so close. Looks like lane 1 is also catching up Matthew Ha. And the lead jumps off, starting with Ethan He, lane 3 and 1. Lane 5, Austin Lin is catching up a bit with lane 1, Andrew He. Lane 3 jumps. The man. I mean, Darren Lamb. Looks like this is it. At first place, lane 3 at 1 minute and 43 seconds. Lane 5 at second place at 1 minute and 48. 5-second difference. Both from the Apaches, from lane 1 and 5. And third place is lane 1. We have a great audience watching. About more than 30 parents and friends watching for our boys and girls swimming. Great job, Apaches and the Wildcats. That's it, the further race. So here comes the varsity girls 200-yard freestyle relay. On third lane is Kate, Claire, Hannah, and Jada. Lane 5 is Nika, Michelle, Jessica, and Lauren. And lastly, lane 1 is Olivia, Shannon, Francesca, and Christine.
What?
Fast start from our ladies. Lane 3, 4, 5, around the same. Flips in the water at the same time. They went a bit slower, but it's all right. Looks like Kate from lane 3 about to reach first. Oh no, Wildcat. On the same. Once again, 3, 4, 5, so close. First. And so far, this race here. Very competitive right now. first once again from 5. Swim super fast. Leading right. This.
No.
Over. And Wild finishes first. Then lane 3 and then 5. Minute 50 seconds. Lane 2. Second place, third lane at 1 minute and 52 seconds, and third place is lane 5 at 1:52. So this is really close. This is only a 2-second difference right there. Great from our ladies. What a race right there. Very close. Wildcats did really well, winning first place on this race. Coming up is Varsity Boys 200 freestyle relay. Third lane, Samuel, Joshua, and Brandon. Fifth lane is Sean, Justin, Braxton, and Justin. And lastly, one is Darian, Alex, Wilson, Mike, Cole, and Alex. A huge one as well, just like our ladies from Varsity. Wildcats doing really well, as well as lane 3. Wildcats, wow, doing super well. Lane 3 from Justin Chow, Samuel Birkin fighting. This will be a close one. These are Wildcats. See who's gonna jump first. This is it. Really important right here. Same time for Wildcats and Apaches. Apaches now leading by at least a body. Apaches still leading right now. Great job, Apaches. Well, still right behind. Lane 3 leading. Done with the race. Lane 3 at 1 minute and 33 seconds. Second place, lane 5 at 1 minute and 37 seconds. Great job. Great job, Apaches and the Wildcats. That was insane. Now we're back to girls JV for 50-yard backstroke. Lane 3 is Yumin Ha, a senior. Lane 5 is Rachel Osagira. And lastly, Swing. You're going to start at the pool inside. Or they leap off because it's backstroke. Can't only jump behind. That's so dangerous. Is it a bit? Last one on lane 6. Didn't hear the whistle on time. Our lane 3 leading fast. That is Yumin Ha, a senior in Arcadia High School. Second one is lane 1, Janice. Janice Yumin, really Wildcats a bit slow, but really well as well. Done. Human finishes at Board's not working, but it's all right. Good job, Patches. Patches finishes strong on lane 1, 2, and 5. Great job, ladies. Here comes the next race. All right, coming up, boys JV, 50-yard backstroke. Lane 3 is Christian Cook. Lane 5 is Carson Lay. And lane 1 is Henry Klein. Ready to leap off once they hear the whistle. This is it. Gotta have a great strong. They, as you can see, and he said get their body a bit higher just to get that boost. The high. So far, lane 3 and 5 doing really well. Christian Cook and Carson Lee. Who's gonna reach first? Lane 3. What a great start. Lane 1, 3. Doing really well as Carson, very tied. The Apaches. First place is lane 3 with time as 1 minute and 33 seconds. Second place is 1 minute for lane 5, and lastly, third place. The time system's not working, so we'll take my information back. But actually, all right, coming up is girls varsity for 100-yard breaststroke. Or sorry, 100-yard backstroke, not breaststroke. So it's totally different. All right, so on lane 3 is Jocelyn Wang. Lane 5 is Ashley. Lastly, lane 1, Jessica Klein. Said it. Ashley, Jessica. All right, so it looks like there's some technical difficulties. They're finally trying to fix that time system. Taking a break.
And during this break, let's have a very quick recap of what happened in the events that just in the events. So the Apaches mostly dominated with a single Wildcat beating the Apaches in the 200 medley, the 50-yard freestyle, and actually just those two. And now, as we're still waiting for the timing system to be fixed, oh, there it is.
Oh, it's back on.
There
It's
it's back
being
on.
resetted. Some red letters, and numbers. So, back shortly. All right, the ladies are jumping into the pool. Here it comes. What a
Now,
leap up.
This is a race of underwater and, of course, backstroke. But mostly, the underwater, especially on your back, is a lot more easier than for the freestyle. So, meaning that each backstroker can achieve a longer distance underwater and swim less. And we can see Ashley Lynn coming out of the first turn, neck and neck with
Jocelyn.
neck and neck with Jocelyn. And going to the second turn, they are at the exactly same time coming to the wall. 32.05 on both. Now,
What's the lane 3 and lane 5? So literally right there at the same.
that is literally neck and neck. And really, it comes down to most races like this. That's when the 1,000th second matters.
Jessica also doing catching up.
And Jessica seems like she's going to touch first. And she does with a time of 1:09.91, 1:05.91. And Ashley Lynn with a time very close behind of 1:06.22.
Great job, ladies.
And coming up, we have the Varsity Boys 100-yard backstroke. We have Tyler Ibarra in lane 3.
Lane Owen Chan.
And Jackson Reed in lane 1.
It's going to be really competitive. Let's see how they do.
Tyler Ibarra with a slightly early opening. Now going against Owen in lane 5. Now Tyler and the Wildcat are neck and neck coming to the first wall.
Lane 3, lane 4.
Definitely. As those are the fastest lane we have so far. And of course, don't forget lane 1 with Jackson Reed in lane 1. Just slightly behind. Now the Wildcat comes first into the wall with Tyler falling close behind. And now the Wildcat is putting a little bit of distance between him and Tyler coming into the third and final wall.
This is it.
Now this is a good time to pull in the afterburners, Tyler. Come on.
Come on, Apaches. Let's go. Woo! Wildcats. Very long arms right there. Shit, I believe. Done.
Wildcats going to finish first with a time of 58.46 with Tyler Ibarra falling close behind with a time of 1:00.119.
Wildcat. Wow. With Tyler and lane 4.
And now coming up after this, we have the JV girls 50-yard breaststroke.
That's nasty.
Just get back.
All right, so coming up is a JV girl 50-yard breaststroke.
We have Yumin Ha, and we have Natalie Bachara in lane 3,
Lane 5, Caitlin Lin.
and Rachel Wang in lane 1.
So it looks like the two of the Wildcats on lane 4 and 6 are able to start on the.
Start inside of the pool
Yes.
as they can decline to dive.
You could do that.
If you're not comfortable with diving,
Oh,
you can
wow.
start in the water.
But it is obviously a bit slower, I believe.
Definitely, as
Yes.
the diving definitely gives the advantage right off the block.
I guess it is
Yeah.
scary, I believe.
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to it. I can attest to that. It took me a good 2 years.
Nice.
Coming to the first wall, we have Natalie Bashara leading. And we have Caitlin and Rachel following close behind.
Natalie leading really well. Going fast again. Digging her down to the water.
Coming to the first wall, coming to the final wall of a time of 42:36.
Next is lane 5, Caitlin Lin.
With a time of 45:17.
And Rachel Wang, third place.
With a time of 52:36.
Great job, ladies. Wildcats almost there on lane 4 and 6. Almost there.
And now we're at the JV boys 50-yard breaststroke. We
So
have,
starting from lane 3 is Leah Hu.
and in lane 5 we have Austin Lin.
Lane 5, I mean lane 1, Harry Sue.
And from personal experience, I know that Leo is a breaststroker himself, and this is his event.
Here it comes.
Leo Hu with an explosive start, along with Austin Lin in lane 3 and lane 5. Now, these two are our main rivals for this heat.
Wow, Austin Leo very close.
Coming to
right
the
there.
very first wall, they touch simultaneously. As Leo surfaces first, with Austin following close behind.
Wow, reached the wall. Lane.
Leo takes a slight peek to his right, seeing the progress of Austin. Now, Leo touches first
Oh,
with
what
a
an
time of 33:56. With Austin with a time of 33:59.
That is
3/100th of a second difference.
Good jobs.
And again, I cannot repeat this enough. Even a hundredth, the thousandth of a second matters in swimming, especially in sprinting like this. And we just witnessed it right here. 300th of a second difference secured you're either first or second. In this case, Leo Hu touches the wall first.
Insane.
That was a phenomenal race. And now coming up, we have the Varsity girls 100-yard breaststroke.
So on lane 3 is Eliana Lemon.
We have Michelle Tan, lane 5.
Lane 1, Christine Chua. Here it comes.
An amazing start by our Apaches. Or them surfacing halfway in the pool. Wow, that was a very long underwater. Now we have Michelle and Ileana touching first at the wall.
Very close one right there.
We have Ileana surfaces first with Michelle following close behind.
Lane. Hey, who's gonna win?
Ileana touches first into the
Ileana.
first 50. Michelle following close behind. And Michelle making up ground in her underwater. Now taking first from Ileana. And this is going to be a very close race.
Wildcats on lane as well, pushing to reach better time than Apaches.
Now we have Ileana getting a slight bit of a lead, half a body length ahead of Michelle Tan in lane 5. And now let's see who touches first. It is
Wow,
Ileana with a
so
time of
close.
1:11:20 and Michelle Tan with a time of 1:11:30.
5. Whoa! Wow.
1/10 of a
Insane
second.
right there. Very close time right there.
And now coming up, we have the Varsity Boys 100-yard breaststroke. As we have Chalmers Say in lane 3.
Lane 5, Sean Lecau.
And we have Darian Lin in lane 1. And from my understanding, we do know that Chalmers Say is going for CIF time as he swam the breaststroke in the Junior National in the past December. So he is fast.
We'll see how it goes. Here it comes.
An explosive start by Sean Lagbao in lane 5. And with Chalmers coming up right near the DQ mark. Wow, boy, that was close. But Chalmers is now in the lead with a whole body length ahead. Coming to the wall a little bit rough. But he surfaces first, halfway across the pool. Jeez, this guy's
Darren
underwater
also
is
right
amazing.
behind. Darren right behind.
I mean, Darren right behind Chalmers, and don't forget Sean. Sean is right next to him too.
Chalmers do really well. Wow.
This is his forte.
Breaststroke.
And now I have to remind you that the CIF consideration time is 1:08, and let's see what Chalmers get. And the automatic qualification for CIF is 1:01. And Chalmers Say coming into the last 10 yards of his race, ending with a time
Chalmers
of
coming up, and he's done. What is the time?
1:0061,
Great job.
beating the CIF automatic time, not the qualification, which is
Just finished
probably
as well.
the fastest we
Sean
probably
with
had.
second place at 105. He is also making it for CIF.
And Darian, unfortunately, gets cut off just by 1 second in his
Woo!
100-yard breaststroke. Oh, no, correct me. It is 1:08. So Darian Lin also made consideration for CIF. Wow, that was a phenomenal race, Apaches.
All right, so finally, this is the last type of race for 400-yard freestyle.
First up, we have the JV girls.
Are there any Monrovia girls in the JV 400 freestyle relay? Should have stepped up when it was called. Trying to figure out what freestyle relay.
All right, so lane 3 is Sylvia Thompson, Jocelyn Zhu, Valentina Gonzalez, and Yumin Ha.
And in lane 5, we have Rachel Osgerin, Samantha Tran, Mia Hernandez, and Janice Wang.
Lastly, lane 1 is Caitlin Guan, Paylin Tan, Rachel Wang, and Caitlin Lin.
And this is different from the 200-yard relay. It was different from 200 relays as each swimmer has to swim 100 yards instead of 50.
So that's 2 laps going back and forth.
Yes, sir, it is.
Let's see how it goes. So lane 3 doing really well. Sylvia looking first. Lane 5, Rachel, as well as Caitlin around the same place. Wildcats with 1 lane. Lane 4 also doing really well. The last place so far.
And going to the last turn, we have Sylvia Thompson leading the pool by about almost a half a pool length into the second leg of the 400-yard relay. Now, lane 3 is on their second swimmer as lane 5 and lane 1 are nearing their second swimmer.
Great job on lane 5, reaching already on the other side. And 1 coming up.
And now we have lane 3 still leading the race. And now lane 3 into their third racer with Natalie Bush, now Valentina Gonzalez. Now stepping up in lane 5 is Arcadia's third swimmer, Mia Hernandez. That was a pretty good dive, I gotta be honest with you.
Yeah, dude, that was not so much water coming out.
That was more of a figure dive. That was more of a, what was it called, competition diving rather than a race dive.
Yes, sir.
Now Valentina hitting her first 50, starting her second.
So we have one more person to finish this relay race. Almost done.
Now we have lane 3 under a very last swimmer, Yumin Ha.
Wow, Yumin Ha. Great dive. Wildcats decided to just do a cannonball right there. That was really effective, it looks like, to her.
Yes, it does. And Yumin goes into the first wall. And now lane 5, Arcadia, is going to last swimmer 2 with Janice Wang. As Janice Wang is trying to make up a lot of ground by swimming at her 100% into the very first 25. And now in lane 3, we have Yumin going into her last turn, into the very last 25 before she finishes. And now we have Yumin Ha touching first at the wall, securing the first place with a time of 4:51.04 for the girls, for JV girls 400 relay.
Bro,
Now we
Wildcats
have lane 5 touching
still going.
with a time of 5:26.66.
It's because you want food. That's all you want.
Great job, ladies. Done. They are done for tonight. Great job,
That is
ladies.
correct. They're done for tonight. Now we have JV boys 400 freestyle relay coming up.
Coming up soon.
There's 3 left. 3 left.
Now, as the last swimmer for JV girls finishes her 400-yard freestyle, where we move on to the JV boys 400-yard freestyle.
All right, so starting off with lane 3, it's Ethan Trong, Lucas Wu, Christian Cook, and Joshua Tran.
And in lane 5, we have Henry Kine leading, Hileo Hu, Alex O'Kelly, and Carson Lack in as anchor.
Lane 1 is
Awesome, man. This is for the last one for boys JV.
Now, this is again an Apache-only event as Monrovia does not have enough swimmers to fill in the spots.
Oh, that was
And
a
we
bit
have-
early.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, that is a false dive.
Good try, though.
He'll be counted as lock now, and that's just,
Is there any consequences if you start early?
there might be depending on the referee. And this referee, as I know, has a history of DQing people because of early dives.
Yeah.
135. No, not 78. All right, first race, we have Ethan Trong in lane 3, leading into the very first turn.
Who's going to reach the wall first? Looks like lane 3, Ethan. Great work
No.
from the boys.
Now going to the first 50, they have a time of 28:10.
The boys are still really close to each other. Less than like a second away.
And the ref has allowed lane 5 to continue swimming, but has disqualified their time. And now we have Matthew Ma and Ethan Chung touching first at the wall. Handing it off to Lucas Wu.
First
and we
dive.
have Kevin Wu into the second 100.
Kevin Wu still doing work, even though he's a latest diver, but he's still trying hard. Really close still.
Now, coming first into the wall, we have Lucas Wu with plenty of room to spare. And
That's a good feat
with
right
a
there.
split 50 of 28 seconds.
On the other hand, Leo and Kevin still really close. Lucas is very half of the pool away from 1 and 4.
Now, lane 3 is handing it off to Christian Cook, who will take on the third leg of this 400-yard freestyle relay.
For Christian Cook, here comes.
A little bit late in the dive, as he wasn't paying attention. Wow, he is. Even though they have a considerable amount of lead, he does not let up the. He does not let up. Oh, I already saw someone swim butterfly. Goodness. Now we have Christian Cook coming into his first 50.
Swimming really smooth right there. He's taking his
I'm a
time.
27.78. And again, this is a race against yourself, not a race against anyone else.
Lane 1 is a bit behind right now from Andrew He, but it's all right. It's
And
more
lane
laps.
3 is preparing the very last racer, Joshua Tran, to finish up the race.
He's ready to dive right here.
A little bit late again, as he took a little bit while to realize that Christian has touched. But regardless, he is still giving it 100%. And now lane 5, we have Carson Lack taking up the anchor. And then lane 1, we have John Saman taking up the anchor.
This is the last swimmers right here for JV boys coming up.
Now coming into the finish, we have Joshua Tran sealing the win in 3:51.94. With plenty of room to spare, he's got almost a pool and a half.
Wow, he is really fast. What a team right there.
That was a very stacked relay team.
Are these swimmers able to choose their team, or like is it just given from the coach?
No, you're not allowed to choose your team.
What?
But it's more so based on your time.
I
So
see.
you get all the fast people in the same group because we want to get
Yep.
the biggest chance of winning
That makes sense.
in each relay. So we would group the fastest in one group, the medium fastest, and unfortunately the not as fast swimmers in the last group.
All right, so last race for the boys JV swimmers.
And they can go home and have a good night. Now we're on to the girls, varsity girls 400-yard freestyle relay.
So lane 3 is Kate Lara, Claire Lee, Jocelyn Wing, and Eliana Lemon.
And then lane 5 with Nika Jafari, Bethany Chow, Hannah Aguilar, and Ashley Lin.
Lane 1 is Lauren Kay, Francesca Pete, Christine Chua, and Olivia Cocat.
And now coming into the very first 50, the Paxers are neck and neck with the Wildcat in lane 4.
Wow, this is actually be a really close one. Wow.
As the Wildcat touches first at the wall, followed by Nika Jafari very close behind her.
Wildcat still lead. Wow. Flips first.
As they head into the third turn. Kate Larrick starting picking up the pace as the second leg of the race, the second racer of the race, gets ready for their dive. Now with the Wildcats touching first.
Wildcats out.
The Apaches touching consecutively second and third after.
Ooh, now it seems like the Apaches are catching up.
Now we have
After
Claire
that
Lee
dive.
and Bethany Chow in the water currently, along with Francesca Pate in lane 1.
Lane 1 still doing really well.
Coming to the first wall, clearly made out a lot of ground, and now is in the lead for the Apaches with plenty of room to spare.
Lane 3 now leading with clearly.
And now Bethany is catching up to Claire now, and they're leaving the Wildcat that were once neck and neck with them behind. All right, going to the last 15 yard of the second 100th of the 400 relay. We have our dirt swimmer ready, Jocelyn Wang and Hannah Aguilar in lane 3 and lane 5.
Christine's also coming up, ready on the board for the dive.
Now this is a race against each other now for Apaches, as Hannah desperately tries to catch up with Jocelyn, who is about half a pool ahead of her, but definitely she can do it. Jocelyn heading into the last turn, comes out
Last lap coming.
with about 3 body lengths ahead of Hannah Aguilar, as Ashley Lynn and Eliana Lemon prepares for the anchor in the very last leg of the 400-yard relay. Eliana and Ashley jumps in, with Eliana leading, continuing the lead from the previous swimmer. And now we have Olivia in the water too. Now Eliana is not letting up on the pressure, even though she has a considerable amount of space ahead of the closest competitor in lane 5. And Eliana is going into her very last turn.
So this is the last lap for the Apaches, and
Eliana is unrivaled as she continues to the
Wow.
to the finishing block.
lane 3 right here, finishing strong. Done.
With a time of 4:04.29, and
Great
with
job.
Ashley Lynn touching second in lane 5 with a time of 4:10.18.
Wildcats just jumped in from lane 2, trying to finish up the lap. Wildcats finished on lane 4 with a time of 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
And now coming up, we have the boys 400-yard freestyle relay, as this is the very last heat of tonight.
Tonight's live stream for the swimming team.
You can almost smell gunpowder between lane 3 and lane 4, as Joshua Marr and the Wildcat lane 4 have been close rivals in the 50-yard freestyle and the 100-yard freestyle, and also the 200-yard freestyle relay. This will definitely be a very intense race for both swimmers.
Last event of the day coming up, Varsity Boys.
Varsity boys, ready. Today, this is it.
Now lane 3 we have Joshua Marr, Justin Huang, Chalmers Say, and Stephen Payne.
Lastly, lane 5 is Austin Seo, Justin Chan, Samuel Birkin, and Owen Chan.
That was an explosive dive. And now in lane 1 we have Alex Lin, Jackson Reed, Hallery Bart, and Darian Lin. And from what I said before, the amount of tension between lane 4 and lane 3 is humongous, as Josh March heads into the first turn with about a body length ahead of the
Wow.
Wildcat, and very, very close to Alex Lin.
Joshua Moore right there.
Josh March heads first into the very first turn of a split of 24 seconds. Now the Apaches is catching up too. Austin Seal getting up to 3rd place.
Alex Lynn
Joshua
very
Mar-
close too.
As Joshua Mar goes into his very last turn. Not letting up any of the pressure, trying to get as big as lead as possible for his fellow teammates. Now in the water we have Justin Huang in
just
lane
jumped
3.
in.
And lane 1 with Jackson Reed in second leg.
Lane 4 or 5
And
just jumped off.
Justin Chow in lane 1 for the second leg. Now Justin Huang has a lot of space in between him and Jackson Reed in lane 1.
Lane 1 catching up for second place.
And Justin Huang not letting up any pressure, even though they're in the lead. And now we're up to our very last leg of tonight. We have our dirt leg. Chalmers Say in the water. And we have Samuel Birkin in third leg. And Tyler Ybarra diving in right now. And now I believe Chalmers is lapping the Wildcat. And Chalmers Say with a split of 25 seconds. Goodness, they're fast. And now Chalmers goes into the wall, setting it up for the very last
Is it
swimmer
right
of
here?
the night. The very last lane 3 swimmer. We have Stephen Pang on the block. Dives in.
Wow. Very fast.
And now we have the last two, lane 5 and lane 1. We have Samuel Burke and Tyler Ybarra racing for second place. As Owen Chan and Darian Lin dives into the water for the very last one for tonight. And Stephen Pang is not letting out the pressure either, as he is swimming at as fast as he could and going into the very first 50. And now Monrovia just had their 4th swimmer in. Now Stephen Pang halfway across the pool. He's going to touch first. Now it's about Samuel Birkin. It's about Owen Chan and Darian Lin racing for second place. Now Stephen Pang touches first with a time of 3:35.31. Now we are going to look at lane 5 and lane 1 as Owen Chen and Daniel Lin battle out for second place.
One definitely.
And Daniel Lin finishing with a body length ahead with a time of 3:52.06, and with Owen in lane 5 with a time of 3:54.01.
Second, right there. Wildcats.
Amazing race, Apaches. Amazing race.
Finished the race, but that is for the varsity boys. All right, so that was such a great race for the boys and girls today at the swimming at Arcadia High School against Wildcats. So, Wilson, how was the race overall today?
It was a phenomenal race, as we have several competitions in between the 50-yard freestyle, the 200-yard relay, and the 100-yard freestyle between lane 3 and lane 4.
Yes.
As the lane 4 Wildcat is battling for it, and they're very, very close, and often neck and neck, touching the very last second.
Like, what do you think is needed to? Or are you guys doing awesome already?
Yes, we're doing awesome at the time being, but it is our very first meet, so we could be in better shape. As most of us, actually, some swimmers are not satisfied with their time, even though they are considered very, very fast.
So, how was your swimming? 'Cause, like, you were being like co-announcer and so man, like that was a pain in the ass. How do you think you did today?
Goodness. I wouldn't say I had the best meet because of my shoulder tendonitis,
Oh, I
and
see.
I do have an injury. But like, no excuse for me not being able to swim fast. But definitely, I will still train as hard as I could to make sure that the next meet I can hit CIF.
All right, last question. So, who are you guys playing next?
Next up, we'll be going against.
If you don't know, like it's totally fine.
No, yeah, I forgot to review the schedule for this. I'm very sorry about that.
All right, cool. This has been Aaron.
This has been Wilson.
Thank you for watching. See you guys next time.
Hey, let's go. Get it in the shallow end.